love, hatred, fear. The stronger the emotion, the stronger the magic.
Hey guys! Today's video is all about the expectations you have with Fate The Winx Saga Season 2. Before we begin with it, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to never miss out on more videos like this. Here we begin. Fate The Winx Saga is a teen drama series based on the Nickelodeon animated series Winx Club, created by Igneo Straffi. It is produced by Archery Pictures in association with Rainbow, a studio co-owned by Igneo Straffi and Viacom CBS. Fate was developed by Brian Young, who also acts as the showrunner and executive producer. Igneo Straffi was proposed a live-action version of Winx Club in 2011, after Viacom, owner of Nickelodeon, became a co-owner of his studio and started financing his projects. Before approving production on the series, Straffi gained experience with live-action television shows, working as a producer for Nickelodeon's Club 57. Principal photography for Fate eventually began in September 2019 in Ireland. Early in production, Nickelodeon's American crew members from the cartoon, including Bloom's voice actress Molly Quinn, met with the Fate production team and reviewed the pilot script. Rainbow's Joanne Lee also oversaw the show as an executive producer. Apart from them, the crew behind Fate is entirely new to the Winx franchise, and the writers were recruited from teen dramas like The Vampire Diaries. The series features an ensemble cast based on the characters of the animated show, with Abigail Cowen in the lead role of Bloom. The 6-episode first season debuted on Netflix on the 22nd of January 2021 to mixed reviews. In February 2021, the series was renewed for a second season. The series is Netflix's latest foray into magical adolescence, and Season 1 is a 6-hour introduction to the fairy boarding school Alfea and the magical Otherworld. The series introduces us to a powerful fairy, Bloom, Abigail Cowen, who was raised in the human world, completely unaware of her magic or the larger magical community. She comes to Alfea to learn to control her power and to discover who she is. We follow Bloom's journey of self-discovery and self-empowerment as the requisite chosen one, and learn about this magical world through her eyes. As she discovers more about herself, she also uncovers secrets that could threaten Alfea and her safety within it. The season culminates in a coup of sorts that sees Alfea's leadership completely upended, which opens the door for really compelling storytelling in a follow-up season. More wings are there. In the Fate universe, fairies have lost the ability to fully transform, meaning that they are indistinguishable from humans outside of the fact that they have powers. In the final boss battle of the season, Bloom takes on a swarm of burned ones, and amid confrontation, she sprouts large, flaming wings. We know Bloom is special, but the ability to transform means she is tapping into magic older and more powerful than fairies have been able to access for a while. In Season 2, we could learn more about who or what Bloom is, and possibly unlock the key to transformation for the rest of the Winx squad. Another, we have the burned ones. Fate The Winx Saga gave us one clear monster in its first season, the aptly named Burned Ones. The scorched-skin humanoid creatures with deadly claws were thought to be extinct until Bloom's arrival in Alfea drew them to the school. Not much is known about them, but they are believed to have been made by the Dragon Flame, which is also the source of Bloom's power. The Burned Ones want to destroy her before destroying them because she is the only one who can. When she confronts the Burned Ones who are attacking Alfea, her fire destroys them and returns them to their original human forms. The Burned Ones are made by magic that Bloom has some connection to, and Season 2 could explore the Dragon Flame and the origin of Burned Ones and why they're returning to the Otherworld. What happens with the powers combined? In the world of Fate, fairies have natural manipulation over individual elements like fire, water, earth, and more, and those powers often reflect the personalities of the fairy who wields them. Bloom wields fire. Aisha, Precious Mustafa, wields water. Tara, Elliot Salt, wields earth. Musa, Elish Applebaum, is an empath. She delves into minds. Stella, Hannah Vander Westhuizen, controls light. And Beatrix, Sadie Coverall, wields air. Individually, the fairies are powerful, but what happens if they use their powers in tandem? Rosalind, Leslie Sharp, showed that powers could be combined to create a strong magical force when she and Mrs. Dowling, Eve Best, Silva, Robert James Collier, Professor Harvey, Alex McQueen, and Andreas, Ken Dukin, used their collective power to destroy the Otherworld city of Asterdell. The Winx Club, not officially named in the show, has all the tools to do the same, Abigail Cowen tells Den of Geek. Season 1 established the friendship sisterhood between Bloom, Aisha, Tara, Musa, and Stella, so that we can expect their friendship and their teamwork to grow in Season 2. Bloom becomes stronger. It has been seen that in the dramatic fights with the burned ones, Bloom could sprout her wings and become the first fairy who has done this. It is known that her wings have tapped her into stronger magic that old magic not even the staff of Alfea College can tap. After getting new powers, Bloom will only become stronger. The origin of her new power is the Dragon Flame, and if she learns to control it, she will be able to remove the burned ones for good. It is assumed that it takes some time for Bloom to control her powers, like the first time she activated her wings, but soon collapsed from the exhaustion of utilizing them. Sprout wings and more fairies. Bloom is the first one with the sprout wings, but it does not take more time for the other fairies to learn the same control. As an extremely powerful fairy, it is still unclear why her wings activate, but if she can find the key of the ability, then other fairies will learn the ancient magic. Rosalind takes over Alfea College. It is informed that Rosalind will kill Farah Dowling with the help of the Queen of Solaria. After the news of her returning as a headmistress, it is clear that she will utilize her authority to push Bloom to discover more of her powers. During the looming war hanging over Alfea, Rosalind uses this opportunity to push all the students to become stronger and maybe turn them into soldiers who will fight in the coming war. What does the cast want to see? Den of Geek spoke with several Fate members, the Winx Saga cast, about what they'd like to see from their characters, and the show at large should the show get a second season. Here are some of their requests. Abigail Cowen. I'd like to see Bloom come into her power and be more confident in who she is. I'd love to see her be even more powerful than she was in the first season. I think that it would be really fun to play an actor and to see in Bloom. Danny Griffin, Sky. I would definitely like to see him take control and take initiative really in his story, and take control of his life. He sort of is a bit pushed around because he's doing things for other people and not really for himself. Sky's presumed dead father returns when Rosalind takes over Alfea, so Sky will have to grapple with what that means for himself and his relationship with Silva, who raised him. I would love for him to take the reins up a little bit and do things for himself, but still keep the kindness and the love that he has towards others. Hannah van der Westhuizen, Stella. I think it would be such an exciting opportunity for Stella to stand up to her mom and to fight back. I'd love to see her getting her hands dirty and getting involved in the physical fights. Stella has light powers which, among other things, allow for her to manipulate what people see. Using that power to hide her side from enemies is one way Stella could be in action. I want her out of this love triangle. Let's get her back to more important things. Elliot Salt, Tara. My main wishes for Tara and the show are: number 1, we need to get Flora in. Secondly, I hope Tara gets some screen time with her cousin. Fan of the Winx animated series, hoping to see the Latina fairy in live action, would likely agree. I'd quite like Tara to have a successful romance. I trust that she's going to get involved in the fights, she's got that covered, but she needs some good news in the romance department. She had a real bummer in the first season. So, that's about it. Until the next, stay tuned and subscribe to our channel for more.